Engineer Ralph Tutorials, you're one idea away.
Alright, assalamu alaikum. You are all welcome to the online tutorial class. So today we'll be talking about Maths 1301, and our topic for today is root of quadratic equation. So quadratic equation are solved to get their roots. So also the roots can be used to get back the quadratic equation. So you solve quadratic equation to get the roots. So also when you get the root of the quadratic equation, you can use the root of the quadratic equation to also get the quadratic equation back. For example, now they say find the root of the quadratic equation x squared plus 3x plus 2 equal to 0. So we can use any method of our choice, but I choose to use factorization method. So by factorization, we look for two numbers, we multiply to get 2, and when we add them, it will give us 3. Those two numbers are 2 and 1. So it will be x plus 1 and x plus 2, which is equal to 0. So it's either this x plus 1 is equal to 0 or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So take 1 to the other side. Is either x, subtract 1 from both sides. So it's either x is equal to minus 1 or x is equal to minus 2. So now we have gotten these two, x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to minus 2 are the roots of the equation. So from this root of the equation, we can also try to get, let us try and see whether we can arrive at our real equation x squared plus 3x plus 2 by using the root. So assuming we are given this root of the quadratic equation, for us to get it, what you do is, if the root is negative, you change it to positive. If the root is positive, change it to negative. So the roots are minus 1 and minus 2. So now we change them to positive. So it will be x plus 1 and what? X. Here is also negative. We change it to positive. X plus 2 is equal to 0. So we say x times x, x squared, x times 2, 2x, plus 1 times x, 1 times 2, 2. So here we have x squared plus 2x plus x will give us 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So from the above, we can conclude that equations can be gotten from their root, just as we also got the roots from the equations. Now, let's consider alpha and beta as the root of any quadratic equation. Let it be root of it. Let's assume that alpha and beta are roots of a quadratic equation. If they are root of quadratic equation, since this is alpha and beta, so they are all positive, therefore we can say we are going to subtract. We change it to negative. So it will be x minus alpha in bracket and x minus beta in bracket. So x times x will give us x squared minus alpha times beta will give us x times beta will give us beta x. Then this negative, look at it here. Alpha times x will give us minus alpha x. Minus alpha times minus beta will give us plus alpha beta equal to 0. So now let's factorize. We have x squared. Since this one have x, this one have x, we can factor out minus. If we factor out minus, we'll be left with what? Alpha plus beta. So now it will be alpha plus beta all in bracket x, such that if we say minus times alpha times x, it will give us minus alpha x. Minus times beta plus times x will give us minus beta x. So which is minus beta x and minus alpha x. So this is just a factorization. Plus alpha beta is equal to 0. So now we have gotten this equation. Now we can compare it with the normal equation of quadratic equation, which says that ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So now if we divide all through by a, we are going to have x squared plus b over a all but divided by x plus c over a equal to 0. By dividing through by a in this equation, it will be ax squared divided by a, bx divided by a, c divided by a, 0 divided by a. 0 divided by a is 0. C divided by a will give us c over a. Bx divided by a will give us b over ax. Ax squared divided by a, so a will cancel a. So we are left with x squared plus b over a x plus c over a equal to 0. Now this x squared. Now b over a is the same thing as minus alpha plus beta. Then C over A is the same as alpha beta. So you can see there, comparing x square and x square. Then coefficient of x square is b over a. Coefficient of x square is minus alpha plus beta. Then here we have c over a, and here we have alpha beta, then 0, 0. So now that means minus alpha plus beta is the same thing as b over a. And then alpha beta is equal to c over a. So now, since this is minus, we multiply through by minus. We have alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. And alpha beta is equal to c over a. So now let's consider an example. Example, consider the following equation. We have x squared plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. We are asked to find a, alpha plus beta, b, alpha beta, c, 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. So from here, our equation says x squared plus 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. So alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. Then look at this place. This is a, look at it, a, b, c. So our a is 1, our b is 3, our c is 2. Our c is 2, our b is 3, our a is 1. So now let's substitute. We say alpha plus beta is minus b over a. So alpha plus beta will be minus, what is our b? 3, over what is our a? 1, so which is equal to minus 3. Alpha beta is equal to c over a, which is equal to 2. What is our c? 2, over what is our a? 1, so 2 over 1, so we have 2. So now the next one, say 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta. So the first thing is to find the LCM. LCM will give us alpha beta. So alpha into alpha beta will give us beta. Then beta into alpha beta will give us alpha. Alpha times 1 will give us alpha. So beta plus alpha is the same thing as alpha plus beta, all over alpha beta. Alpha plus beta, we have gotten it as minus 3. Then alpha beta, we have gotten it as 2. So it will be minus 3 over 2. So that's the final answer. So now, let's solve more problems on root of quadratic equation. So we are, number one, we are given that the equation 2x squared plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. Find alpha squared plus beta squared. 2 alpha cube plus beta cube, and 3 1 over alpha square plus 1 over beta square. So the first thing we'll do is, what is our alpha plus beta? Minus b over a. What is our b? 5. What is our a? 2. So it will be minus 5 over 2. Look at it, our a is 2. Our a is 2. Our b is 5. Our c is 6. Look at it, a, 2, b, 5, c, 6. So now, our alpha plus beta is minus 5 over 2. While our alpha beta is c over a, which is, what is our c? C is 6. 6 over 2. 6 divided by 2 will give us what? 3. So from here now, we are looking for alpha square plus beta square. We don't have alpha square plus beta square. We only have alpha plus beta. So now, you make the expansion of alpha plus beta all squared. So alpha plus beta all squared will give us alpha square plus 2 alpha beta plus beta square. So now, we make, this is alpha square plus alpha square, this is beta square. So that's what we are looking for. We make it subject of formula. So we transfer this one to the other side. It becomes alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta is equal to alpha square plus beta square. Therefore, our alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta, which is equal to, what's our alpha plus beta? Minus 5 over 2. So minus 5 over 2 squared minus 2. Here is our 2. Alpha beta. Our alpha beta is 3. So now from here, we can say 2 minus 5 over 2 square will give us 25 over 4. Minus 2 times 3 will give us minus 6. So LCM is 4. So now 4 into 4 is 1. 1 times 25 will give us 25. 1 into 4 is 4. 4 times 6 is 24. So 25 minus 24 will give us 1. So we have 1 over 4 as our what? Alpha square plus beta square. Now the next one is alpha cube plus beta cube. So as we just did the squared before, do the same thing to the cube. By what? Making the expansion of the cube. By making expansion, we are going to have alpha plus beta all cube is equal to alpha cube plus 3 alpha square beta plus 3 alpha beta square plus beta cube. So from here, we factor out 3 alpha beta is common. There is 3 here, there is 3 here, there is alpha here, there is alpha here, there is beta here, there is beta here. So we factor out 3 alpha beta, which we will be left with. If we remove 3 from here, remove 1 of the alpha, remove beta, we will be left with alpha. So this is alpha. Plus, if we remove 3 here, remove alpha, and remove 1 of the beta, remaining only beta. So it will be alpha plus beta. Then plus this beta cube, look at it. So now, from here, we will transfer the whole of, we subtract 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta from both sides, so that we can be left with alpha cube plus beta cube. So now we'll have alpha plus beta all cube minus, is positive here, so here it will be negative, minus 3 alpha beta into alpha plus beta is equal to alpha cube plus beta cube. So alpha cube plus beta cube will be equal to this. Now let's substitute our value. Alpha plus beta is minus 5 over 2. Then minus 3 into our alpha beta is 3. Then alpha plus beta is minus 5 over 2. So 3 times 3 now give us 9. Now minus 5 raised to power 3 will give us minus 125. 2 raised to power 3 will give us 8. Then 9 times 5 will give us minus times minus plus. 9 times 5, 45, all over 2. Here it comes. So we find our LCM between these two is 8. 8 into 8 is 1. 1 times minus 25 plus 8 into this is 4. 4 times 45 will give us 180. So minus 125 plus 180 will give us 55 over 8. So that is our answer. Then the next one says 1 over alpha square plus 1 over beta square. So LCM will be alpha square beta square. This go with this remaining beta square. Here it is. Beta square go with beta square, remaining alpha square times 1 is alpha square. So now we can conclude beta plus alpha is same as alpha plus beta. So this is the same thing as alpha square plus beta squared all over alpha beta all squared. Now alpha square plus beta square, we find it earlier to be alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta. So instead of after alpha square plus beta square, we substitute it by putting what? Alpha plus beta all square minus 2 alpha beta. So alpha plus beta is minus 5 over 2. Now all squared minus 2. Alpha beta is 3. Alpha beta is 3. Then alpha beta square 3 square. So if you add everything together, this is 1 over 4 divided by 9, which will be 1 over 4 divided by 9. So if you change it to multiplication, it will be 1 over 4 times 1 over 9, which at the end, we arrive at 1 over 36. Now we have finished with our question. So now let us see some other derivations, so that in case you might miss something like this. Sometimes you will be asked to look for alpha minus beta. So to look alpha minus beta square. So alpha minus beta square, what you do is you expand. If you expand, you arrive at alpha square minus 2 alpha beta plus beta square. So alpha square plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. But recall that alpha square plus beta square, we have found it to be alpha square, alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta previously. That's what we derived previously. So now substitute it where you see this. It will now be alpha plus beta all squared minus 2 alpha beta, which is for this, then minus this 2 alpha beta, minus 2 alpha beta minus 2 alpha beta will give us minus 4 alpha beta. So at the end, it shows that alpha minus beta all squared is equal to alpha plus beta all squared minus 4 alpha beta. So now this is all squared. So if we are now looking for alpha minus beta, we take the square root of both sides from here. If you take the square root, you have alpha minus beta is equal to alpha plus beta all squared minus 4 alpha beta all in square root. So that's the equation you use when you are asked to look for alpha minus beta. And then when you are asked to look for alpha square minus beta square, use difference of 2 square. The difference of 2 square in the sense that alpha plus, it says that if you have a square minus b square, it is the same thing as a plus b, all in bracket, open another bracket, a minus b. So now, if we take this one as our a and this one as our b, this is our alpha square, beta square. So it will give us alpha plus beta, all in bracket, and another alpha minus beta, all in bracket. So, but what is our alpha minus beta? It is square root of alpha plus beta all square minus 4 alpha beta. Square root of alpha plus beta all squared minus 4 alpha beta. Then this alpha plus beta is here. Then you can substitute for your equation. Thank you all for listening. We are going to stop here. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.